Hi everyone, and welcome to Victorian Kettle. My name's Cindy Closser and I own Victorian Kettle. I cater Victorian tea parties. If you've never seen my videos, this is my YouTube channel, and I have a website, www.victoriankettle.com. So COVID kind of put things on hold for a year, and so now I'm back. I haven't done a video in about a year. So I'm excited today, and I just want to dedicate this show to my fiance, Chris Sale, who just got me all new video equipment. It's lovely. And also to my captain, John Flickinger, who passed away in November 2020. He was the captain of our Civil War group, and this is our beautiful Victorian mourning brooches that's made by Creative Cockades. I'll give a shout out to your business. She makes lovely cockades, Heather Sheen. I am going to get started. So I also just wanted to point out this beautiful centerpiece. Ladies, I put this together for under $15. I got the vase, the lemons, this beautiful lemon and blueberry ribbon, and the florals. So I just put that together this year. I'm very into the lemons and the blueberries, and I'm ready to have a spring tea party. So today I am making lemon glazed blueberry scones. Perfect for a spring summer tea party. Like I said, I love lemons and the blueberries, and these scones are just delicious. I've made them before, not done a video on scones. So anyways, let's get started. So the first thing, you need 3 cups of flour. Okay, I have everything measured out already. 3 cups of flour in this bowl, and what you're gonna do is add a teaspoon, and don't you just love my spatula? So cute, $4 at Michael's, little plaid, yellow plaid. You're gonna put that baking powder, teaspoon of baking powder, in with the flour, and we're gonna stir that up. And I'm using salted butter today, so I'm not gonna add any extra salt into this flour mixture. Okay, I'm gonna stir that up. There's really no need to. So I'm gonna set that aside. Now, you need 2 eggs, and I've already beaten those eggs up. So what we're gonna do is take 3/4 cup sugar, put it in with the eggs, set that aside, and we're gonna beat this very lightly here until it's a little pale and frothy. Okay, so we're gonna beat this up. And while I'm doing this, if you all can hear me, I like to give a little history lesson while I'm baking. And so my jacket is called a Zwab Jacket, and they were popular 1850s and 1860s with the women. They had bright colors and beautiful bright type ribbon on the jackets, and they came from the Zwab French soldiers that were in the French army in those days. They were in infantry in the French army, and they were likened after their jackets. So just a little bit of trivia there for you. Again, they were called Zwab jackets. Okay, so this is looking a little pale and frothy. Okay, there we go. There you go, looking a little pale and frothy there. So now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice, which I had already squeezed before, a teaspoon of lemon zest. Okay, that I got off of a fresh lemon. I just love the smell of lemons. And a teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're gonna mix for a little bit, just to get that all mixed together. The smell of that lemon is just wonderful. Okay, so that's ready to go. I'm gonna pop these out. Now comes the fun part. So you never know in my kitchen here, what disasters or what's gonna fly out of my mouth, right? So I filmed this earlier and forgot the butter. The joy of filming, okay? So I have 1 stick or 8 ounces of butter cut up, and you want it cold, not too cold. So I just taken it out of the fridge. Sometimes I shred it, it's easier. So what we're gonna do is put this butter into the flour mixture, and we are going to get down and dirty and use our hands to crumble it. It's gonna look like a crumbly, sandy mixture when I'm all done. So this is like the fun part. Part that I hate. Here we go. Getting dirty here. So what I do is I like to use my hands. You can use a pastry cutter, whatever you prefer. Here we go. But you're gonna get this to a crumbly mixture, okay? So don't forget the butter, that's very important. One time too, I was doing a tea party and making scones, and I forgot to add the sugar to the scones. And when they came out, took a bite, and I'm like, what is wrong with these scones? They tasted terrible. And then I realized I forgot the sugar. So there's always something funny happening in my kitchen, and no worries, right? It's like whatever happens, happens. This is real life. Nobody's perfect, right? So if you didn't hear me earlier while I'm getting this crumbled up, my jacket, not sure if you could hear me over the mixer, is a Zwab jacket. So the ladies in the Civil War era, 1850s, 1860s, they were very popular jackets, colorful jackets, and they were fastened after the Zwab, the French army, an infantry in the French army, and it was made to look like their style of jackets. And of course, fashion came over to the States from Europe. So whatever the Europeans, Queen Victoria had a lot to do with ladies' fashion of the day. So, okay, this is looking pretty crumbly. A little bit more. So this is the fun part, like I said. And here we go. Okay, I think that looks good. So we've got that all in a crumbly mixture, you can see there. And what we're going to do is add the egg mixture. Let me rinse my hands off here. So we're going to add the egg mixture to that flour mixture. Always something going on here. So this beautiful centerpiece here, I'm going to show you in another video how to line the vase with lemons, fresh lemons. So I'm adding the egg mixture to the flour. Okay, and then we are going to add 2 cups of fresh blueberries. I think I've been eating more blueberries. As it was sitting there, I kept munching on the blueberries. So we're gonna mix this all together. And I'm gonna move some of this out of the way because I'm gonna pull over a glass, lightly floured surface. Once I get this rolled out into a nice ball, I'm gonna divide it into 2, and then what I do is I'm going to flatten it on the surface. And I like to cut my scones in wedges. I know the English like the round scones and then fill it with their cream or their lemon curd or jam, but I like to do it in the wedges. I don't think there's a right or wrong way. So this is getting pretty mixed up here. So what I think I'm going to do is use my hands again. And I'm going to set that there for now. Get this all nice and mixed in. And the key is you need to get it mixed in a nice ball. It's going to be a little crumbly, but as you see when I'll put it out on the floured surface, but you don't want to overwork it, okay? That's the key, like with anything, you don't want to overwork like pie crust or some other desserts, macaroons. Can't overwork them or they just don't come out right. Okay, a little bit more here, guys. It's getting there. Like I said, this is the hard part. Once you got this and you get it rolled out, you're good to go. So again, I'm a Civil War reenactor, and my captain passed away back in November 2020, and I've got a little mourning brooch on here. People in the Civil War era would wear mourning brooches if you were just like a close friend, or now if it was your husband, you'd have to wear black for a whole year. Okay, ladies, so I have this and I'm going to divide it. See how the dough is a little crumbly? Okay, I'm going to divide it into 2 balls, okay? So I'm hoping, I don't think I overmixed this. Okay, here we go. So you're going to get a little moisture from the blueberries because you know they're wet. So, look at my hands here, always messy. So I just have it on a lightly floured surface here. Okay, you can see this. So I am just going to pat it flat with my hand here. No need to get a rolling pin out here. Just going to pat that flat. Okay. Ooh, I can tell these are going to come out so good, so good. And let me get some of this off my hands here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to rinse off my hands. I've got this in a nice circle, and I have already had my oven going at 350. And I have 2 baking sheets lined with parchment paper. Okay guys, sorry, it's a little stuff on my hands there. Okay, I just really needed to get that off my hands. And I've got, like I said, 2 baking sheets with some parchment paper. Okay, and we're going to cut. You need a knife. And again, I have my oven was on at 350. So also what I like to use is a pie scraper. It's like in the same shape and they'll pick up real nice. So I'm going to cut it in wedges. Now, if you like your scones big, you can leave them in big. If you want them a little smaller scones there, you can cut them in a little smaller pieces if you'd like. Okay. You're going to get anywhere from 8 to 12, depending on the size. Okay. And we're just going to put those right on the baking sheet. And you don't have to spray your parchment paper, so don't have to worry about that. And like I said, the blueberries really make the scones, these scones moist, but it's because of those fresh blueberries that are in it. Okay, see if I can get all these on here. This tray, I think I might be able to fit one more. So I got all 6 on there. And okay, so there's what it looks like. And I'm going to roll out, I'm going to put these in the oven and roll out the next set. And then I'm going to come back and show you the finished product and make the lemon glaze. And we're going to glaze the scones and try them. So these are going in the oven. For about 20, I do about 20 minutes. And then I check my oven. So it says about 25 minutes, but I do about 20 and then check and see how it's looking. So we'll set it for that. Okay, and again at 350. So I am going to continue to roll this out, and I will be back with you to do the icing. All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll be back. Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back. So the scones just came out of the oven about 10 minutes ago. I let them cool, and this is what they look like. They're beautiful. They look delicious. So you want to let them cool a little bit when they come out. So now we're going to do the lemon glaze. So what you need is I have 1 1/4 cups of powdered sugar in this bowl, and then you're going to need about 2 tablespoons. Let me grab a spoon here. About 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You want the consistency to be runny, but not too runny. And you'll see what I mean. Just enough to put some glaze on that. And actually, I think you're going to need a little bit more. So yeah, a little bit more. That was not enough. So, and what you want to do is, I say start with the 2 tablespoons, but you may need a little bit more. So, okay. And then if you end up getting it too runny, you can always add some more powdered sugar. So once I get the right consistency, I'm gonna show it to you so you can see, and then you'll also see one side still a little bit thick. Okay. I'll show it to you when I put the glaze on these scones. Okay, it's getting there. So again, I used 1 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Okay, so still, see when you pick it up, you want it to, it's still just a tad bit too thick. So just probably a few more drops of that lemon juice. Yep, okay. And you'll know when the consistency is right, because you want it to be able to drizzle right across those scones. See that? Okay. I think I'm just going to put in 1 more little drop. Just 1 more. Okay, there we go. And I think that'll do it. Like I said, you don't want it too thick. You don't want it too thin. Just enough to take your spoon and be able to drizzle right across that. Yep. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Perfect. There we go. So I leave it on the baking sheet. I was going to put it on this beautiful colored dish, but I'm just going to leave it on this baking sheet, because that way you're going to let it dry and cool before putting it and storing it away, because the icing will be, you want to let that harden and soak in for a bit. So all I do is just take my spoon. I'm going to start here with this scone here. And I'm just going to take my spoon and I just go straight across like that. And there's no rhyme or reason. Just take it and swirl it across there. Doesn't really matter how it falls. I don't think so anyway. Okay. Getting a little bit too much there. There we go. Oh, that one came out good. And some will fall off to the side. That's why I leave it on the parchment paper to let that cool. So there you go. And actually, let's try a little bite. I've got to finish the other ones, but I'm going to try a little bite of this scone. So let's see how it tastes. And I usually like to eat mine with some jam or lemon curd. It's delicious. I'm going to do a video on how to make homemade lemon curd and mascarpone whip. So let's just take a bite. It's delicious. It's so lemony, and the blueberries just pop. I'm gonna have to take another bite. Okay. Very good. So you want to let that icing sit for a bit and let it harden before you put it in an airtight container. Okay? So, again, I own Victorian Kettle. I cater Victorian tea parties. Please check out my Facebook and Instagram page. I have a website, www.victoriankettle.com, as well as this YouTube channel. Please share with your friends. I will see you in a bit. I'm going to show you how to do this lemon centerpiece. So thank you very much.